Welcome to the Friday morning rant with Shane Halfyard. Now, I'm going to start opening this with a disclaimer, right? This is for comedy purpose only. Everything I say on here may not be your point of view, may not be the way you see things, but it is for comedy and a little, facts here and there. Okay? From here on in, I'm going to make that disclaimer. The stuff I say on this show doesn't necessarily reflect me fully as a person. It is just for shits and giggles. Take it easy. All right? And if this kind of humor is going to have adult language, some adult themes, things of that nature, and if that isn't for you, now's your chance to click to something else. All right? So, again, this is the Friday morning rant with Shane Halfyard. It is Friday, January 25th, 2019. And I am going to talk about a couple of things. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is last week's rant was about the Gillette commercial. Now, I'm going to make something very clear. I understood exactly what the Gillette commercial was trying to say. All right? The points I made on that show was to say that certain things could be interpreted differently. All right? And I thought I made it clear there, but I didn't. I guess I didn't. Do I think that women out there have troubles? Of course I do. I'm not blind and I'm not stupid. Well, I am blind. But I'm not blind to the issues and I'm not stupid to them. Just because I don't agree with some of the things that you think is an issue, or I don't agree with your point of view, doesn't mean I'm not educated about the facts, that I don't know what's going on. It means I don't agree with you. It's very possible for me to have a different of opinion and still know what's going on. Okay, so let's just squash that. All right. So then a friend of mine, he reposted my video, podcast, whatever it's called. God dang it! Get the hang of this shit. And he got the backlash. Like no one said nothing to me. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he got a text message from another friend of his. And she addressed my show. She addressed my, she called me. She basically said I was ignorant. I'm not going to go into the story, but, she was making her counterpoints to what I was saying. And at the very end, she said I need to be educated to the facts and all that stuff. And I agree. And I stand by everything, 95% of everything I said in a follow-up video I made. But there was one thing I did was wrong. I started thinking about it. I posted it on Monday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. I can't remember. We'll say Sunday to be on the safe side. So I posted it on Sunday. And I took it down Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. So I took it down. Anyway, it's gone. Because like I said, although I agree with 95% of what I said, I stand by it. There was one section of it that I shouldn't have went into. All right. First of all, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people busted him on for sharing that text with me. In my opinion, because this lady shared that same text with others, you forfeit the right of it being a private text. You can't say, I'm going to share what I said to you with everybody else, or even just one other person, and not expect him to want to be able to do the same. I mean, it's not fair. It is wrong. I don't know what it stands on the legality of it, but I'm saying morally, if you want something to remain between you and another person, then you should say, I'm not going to send this text to anyone. Don't tell anybody. This is just between me and you. And he should, and he would have respected that. I know him very well, and he would have. But he saw the title was, This is what I sent to so-and-so, and then it was forwarded to other people. Well, that's when you give up the privacy thing. And when I read that, I made sure not to mention names, not to mention locations, but I mentioned something that even though I didn't mention names or locations, may have been a sensitive and painful issue. So to the lady that I responded to in my follow-up podcast on Monday, I want to tell you I shouldn't have said your personal negative experience with men. I shouldn't have gone into the detail and read that statement, because that's a painful memory that you shared. And we've only met a couple times, and I've always viewed you, and still do, as a very strong and independent person. I wasn't thinking that would upset or hurt your feelings. And I don't know if it did or didn't. Maybe you don't give a shit of what I'm saying, and that's rightfully so. But I wanted to apologize. I am very sorry for saying that. I cannot change that I did that I said that part. But I can tell you that it's gone. I took it down and I deleted it. There's no copy of it anywhere. And I can tell you this, that from here on in, whenever I receive any sensitive material like that I will handle it much better. I am new to the podcast world, and I have to try to be a bit more sensitive towards others, and I will. I know that might mean very little, but that's the best I can do, is tell you that I'm sorry for mentioning that part. Right? So, that being said, I'm going to move on to the rest of the podcast. And I'm going to start, going on my rips. But please don't let the rest of the podcast take away from what I said. I generally mean that. Right? I don't throw apologies around like they're, confetti or whatever. I don't do that. I sincerely mean it. Anyway. Moving on. Excuse me, I gotta drink here. I have a section of this podcast called Ask Shane. You are more than welcome to send me an email or a comment down below to, Ask Shane. As prior stated, any sensitive information I will try to keep out of it. So, I've gotten two. I've gotten 2 emails in the last couple days. I've read them a little bit, but that's just because I probably wanted to practice it. So the first one is, Dear Mr. Halfyard. Well, that's starting off at a good pace right there. So far so good. I've listened to all 3 of your shows. I don't agree with all you say, but I do find you funny. I am also watching your Little Shane's vlog, and I will admit I like that show more. Well, thank you. That's, I'll take any kind of compliment I can get. I added you to Facebook a few months ago, but I have never said anything to you. I have been reading your family life comic, but you haven't made any in a few months now. Why? And will you be writing more? Okay. You're right. I haven't made in a few months. There's no excuse. I have been lazy. That's it. I enjoy making those comics. If you don't know what they are, they're just little comics about things I've viewed in my family and other families, and they're just cute. There's nothing vulgar about them. They're just cute little things, and if you want to check them out, they're on my Facebook page. I also wondered, do those girls really act like your daughters? Yes, the girls that are represented in the family life are essentially Eleanor and Cassandra. They are my daughters, and yes, they do act in that way. A little exaggerated, but yeah, they're like that. Alright, I'll gotta scroll down here. Sorry, my eyesight's very poor, so I have this very enlarged. I do have a story to tell and a question. I met my fiance on Facebook a few months ago. I am 18 and live in the blah 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 blah. My fiance is 39 and he lives in Doo-ga-doo-ga-doo. He likes to drink, smoke, and party all the time with his friends. I told him that I do not approve of that and would like him to stop. And he says that he will not. Then he will block me and stop talking to me for a day, sometimes up to a week or more. Then he will message me and tell me he misses me like nothing has happened. He has also told me a few times that he has killed people in the past. Should I believe him, or do you think he is lying? Thanks. And her full name I'm not going to say, but I'll just short it. It's just Jen. And no, it's not short for Jennifer. Okay. That's your question, is whether he's lying about... Whew, there is a lot here. Wow. All right. I don't know where to begin. All right. So, let's address the age difference first, okay? And I'm fully willing to admit that this is maybe just be my opinion. Maybe I'm a dinosaur, and maybe I'm really wrong about this. But I feel really weird about a 39-year-old man dating or engaged to an 18-year-old girl. Have you two even met yet in person, or is this just a Facebook thing? By the way it sounds, I think you're just online. But that is... I feel that's wrong. Okay? Because you're 18. You're in the prime of your life. You're probably a very beautiful girl. And... you know... you're dating and in love with a man who's old enough to be your dad. Like, I mean, let me put it to you this way. When my son was 18, I was 36, okay? So this guy is definitely old enough to be your father. And, again, this is just my personal feelings. If he's after you, he's not after you for your mind, okay? Right? Men like that, who are after women that much younger, and I'm talking just teens. I'll go into where I draw the line later on. But like a 39-year-old man has nothing in common with an 18-year-old woman, okay? He has nothing in common with you. You guys have nothing in common. Nothing, okay? He is essentially unable to get a woman his age. Okay? He can't handle a woman his age because she's mature, she generally knows what she wants, and she's not going to put up with that crap that he's doing. It's just she's not going to do it. Right? She's already partied for the most part. Yeah, she might like to go out once in a while on a weekend and for a couple of drinks, maybe some dancing, but it's not every weekend party till you puke and then do it all over again. She has her priorities have changed in life, and she wants to either build a family or focus on her career and get a home or whatever. She wants something more than the party life, is what I'm trying to say. Right? You get a woman that maturity level, all right? First of all, that is the best age to date women. Okay? 35 and up is the best age to date a woman because they know they generally have their stuff together. They have their shit put together and they know what they want, how they want to get it, and and they're on their track, okay? And I didn't realize that until I started dating women, in that age range. Like, my wife, she and I met, I was 32 and she was 36. And she knew, bam, what she wanted. We just laid it all out there. And I loved that. That was great. So what I'm saying is, and that's for men my age, dating women. Date women around your age, okay? Because they know what they want, okay? Now, you are in the prime of your life. You're probably very beautiful. You're probably smart. But you're exploring what you want. Right? Don't just pick this guy. Like, this guy is like, don't tie yourself down to this guy. Like, he's not good. He hasn't grown up yet. He's a 39-year-old adolescent. You can do so much better than someone like that. You really can. And why are you in a hurry to get married at 18? Look, I know where you're from. I know it's a strong religious area. I know all about it, and it's, that's fine. Okay? But you don't have to let that pressure you. Don't let society pressure you to find a husband and start a family. If you have a goal, follow that goal. All right? But don't just settle for some random guy just because he tells you you're pretty and you talked a little bit and he says he wants to marry you. Like, that's not it. Don't do that. Right? And at your age, teenagers can fall in love at the drop of a hat, okay? And it's always intense and it's always wonderful. And then the heartbreak is 10 times worse than anything you've ever gone through. And then a week or two later, you're ready to do it again, okay? And that's all teenagers. That's not just women. That's teenagers in general, okay? So don't be in a rush. Don't settle for this guy. You can do better. Now, let's talk about what he said about killing someone. Oh, jeez. Shit. Okay. What I feel about that is I think he's lying to you. I think people who generally kill people don't go around telling they kill people. I just don't think that comes up in daily day conversation. I think people see it in the movies and they talk about it, and then therefore they will talk about it. But I am not, a psychologist. So my advice is maybe you should go to your authorities. Excuse me, having another drink. My throat is killing. Maybe you should take this to your authorities. And, because if he did, now maybe he did do it. Maybe he is that kind of guy. And if he is, do you want that? Like, do you want that kind of guy around you? Like, seriously? So my advice is talk to someone, talk to an authority figure. Talk to an authority, a police officer, maybe a lawyer, someone that can give you some real advice about this. Because, chances are he's telling a lie, but what if he's telling the truth? And then he needs to answer for that. And maybe they can do something. Maybe they can inform the authorities in the country that fella's in. So my advice to you is I would definitely talk to someone about that, the authorities. And he could just be a blowhard. He could be a mouthpiece. They exist. I hope he is. I hope he's just a mouthpiece. But if not, if he's telling you this, he's telling you this because he wants you to be afraid. And he wants you to be impressed. He's thinking this is a way to impress you. Right? And I hope it isn't. Don't be impressed by that. Taking a life is wrong. Okay? I mean, I understand there are certain circumstances where you may have to, like in self-defense and to protect someone. But even then, that may be a necessary evil, but it's still an evil. Right? So, yeah, I guess we just went really dark. I hope that answers your question. Thank you for enjoying the comic. Thank you for enjoying my weight loss vlog. And thank you for writing in. Please, if you want to give me a follow-up sometime or message me through Facebook, since you said we're friends, you go right ahead. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear how this went. All right? Okay, well, take care. All right. On to the next one. Oh, God, I hope this one's better. Says, Dear Shane, I have been listening to your podcast for 3 weeks. I have found you funny and a little crude, but that's all in good fun. I did notice you made some good arguments. I think, however, you would do better if you just kept it a little serious and cut back on the vulgarity. You didn't spell that right, but that's okay. I can't spell worth shit. Cut back on the vulgarity way you talk to make a point. I think you meant vulgar way I talk to make a point, but okay. I do think that your humor goes too far. Do you think that humor itself can go too far? Are some jokes should be off limits and just stay off limits? I'd love to hear your point of view on this. Thanks. Sorry, I had to read the word. Thanks, and we'll say, we'll just call him Jeff. He said his whole name, but we'll just say Jeff. Well, Jeff, thank you for your point of view. My vulgarity is part of my rant. I don't rehearse this. I just go with it and I have fun with it. And yeah, there's some people out there that ain't gonna like it. There's some people out there that are gonna call me a jerk, an asshole, whatever, and I don't care. That's fine. You cannot make a podcast, a YouTube video, and not expect someone to put you down. And you're not putting me down. You're actually quite civil here. And I get what you're talking about, where some of my points might have gone, too far. I understand from your point of view that you could see that. But from my point of view, they went too far. The Gillette people were just jerks, right? And I will never buy another one of their products. I mean, there is a reason why it has 1.2 million dislikes at this recording over that. So, it is what it is. And if you don't like it, well, don't listen. Piss off, right? But can humor go too far? And should some jokes be off limits? Oh, okay. The thing is about humor, comedy, it is a form of expression. Okay? And I'm on the mind, and this is, again, please understand, this is just my opinion. Feel free to ring in with yours, and but I'm of a mind that either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And what I mean by that is, you cannot say you support freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and then say, but that guy can't say what he wants to say. All right? Freedom of speech and expression is a double-edged sword. Okay? So that means you're not going to like everything you hear. When I was in university, there was a guy, and I think he was like the dumbest shit on the planet. He was handing out pamphlets saying, let's make this school white again. Let's make this school pure again. And this is in the late 90s. And some of my buddies, they wanted to beat the shit out of him. We were on the wrestling team together. And they wanted to go over and just mangle this guy. And I said to him, no guys, we can't do that. We can't do it. He's not, we don't have to read his pamphlets. We don't have to go to that meeting. Let him be, right? And I was told that I was a racist, and my friends called me a jerk and stuff like that. And I'm not a racist. I said it's kind of interesting that if I was on his side, I couldn't come to this school. I am, white and Native American. Well, at the time I said Indian because I don't think Native American was PC then. So I didn't agree with him. But I can choose to walk away from that and not listen to him. So if someone has, a form of hate speech out there that you don't like, don't listen to it. Or counter it and preach what you believe in, the positivity. Like, there are some jokes I won't do. Like, I won't do any rape jokes or like abusive wife jokes. I won't do dead baby jokes. And of course I won't, I try to stay away from the racist jokes. All right. So there's a lot out there that I won't do. Because that's my own personal opinion. But say you get a group of guys and it's just a group of guys, say they're hunting. We'll say a group of dudes are hunting, manly hunting. And they do a joke about, that stupid joke where they're talking about, what do you say of a woman with two black eyes? And they say, oh, nothing you haven't said twice before. Well, that's not funny to me. But maybe that group of guys will find that funny. So those people got to know their audience, right? You got to know where you stand and where you don't stand on those issues. And if you don't find it funny, don't laugh. But you can't walk up to and go, you are a sick, disgusting person because you said this. Well, I guess you can. But you can't expect it to end that way. Oh, Jesus. When I was saying, ask me questions, I was hoping it was like, should I paint my garage blue? But yeah, no, humor is in the eye of the beholder. People are going to find some things funny and they're going to find other things funny, right? Like, I do not find, I'm just going to call them what they call them. Guys, sorry, I'm just saying it. I don't find, like, nigger jokes funny or Pollock jokes funny or anything like that. I do find those disgusting. Okay? Or dead baby jokes. I find that revolting. Abusing your wife jokes, things like that. I can't. But there are people that will find that hilarious. And, we can't tell them they can't find that funny. All right? We can't say you can do this but not this. You can do this and not that. Now, certain television stations, they only have that standards thing, and they want to live by that because they're trying to appeal to a mass audience, and that's fine. And comedians who go that route, who go to the vulgarity of abusing women or racist jokes or whatever, they're going to go to areas where people will find that funny. Okay, they're probably never going to get an HBO special. So, again, I don't believe anybody should be persecuted or physically harmed for what they say or do, so long as they're physically not hurting someone, they're not damaging property, and they try to keep it as peaceful as possible. Jesus. Man. Anyway, that is a tightrope line. Like, you have to decide for yourself what you feel is funny. And if you don't feel what I'm saying is funny, don't tune in. It's okay. I'm not gonna take it personally. I'm not gonna get mad at you. I had this one guy, he left a couple comments, and he was saying some things, and at the end I just told him, look, you do you and I'll do me. It's okay. I have no issues with him. I'm not upset with him at all. I wanted that kind of feedback. Well, not that particular kind of feedback, but I want any kind of feedback, whether positive or negative. The only thing in the feedback department that I wouldn't appreciate is like if some guy wrote, you suck, and then nothing else. I mean, it's fine that you think I suck, but at least go into details of why you think I suck. Otherwise, I can't take your opinion seriously. And I believe humor is the same way. If you don't like a piece of sense of humor, say why you don't like it. Like, I don't like dead baby jokes because I have children, and I just don't like the idea of a baby dying. It's not funny to me. It's just sad. I don't like racist jokes because, I'm trying to be funny and humorous, and if people are really offended and hurt, well, I don't want to hurt people with my jokes. Okay? It's like when I made that, that's why I made that apology earlier. I didn't want to hurt her. I just wanted to get my point across. Hurting her is not an option. Hurting her is not something I want to do. Hurting anyone is not something I want to do. So, geez, I hope I got my point out there. I'm not, maybe I should rehearse these. But anyway, Jeff, I hope I got you the answer, or an answer that you can accept. If not, send me another follow-up. Speaking about, going back to Jen's letter, I want to talk about a story where me and Eleanor and Cassandra, we were at a mall and in the food court, and we were eating McDonald's. Okay? And this guy, he's walking up to his friends, and he is yelling and talking about he beat up 3 dudes last night and beat the living shit out of them, and he was describing in great detail how he handled this. Okay, Now, Eleanor, she was 12 at the time, and she was looking at this guy because he was probably about 16. And I could tell that she kind of digged what he was saying, right? She was getting impressed. And I had to put a stop to that, because if that's the kind of guy she's starting to find attractive, holy hell, what's going to come home? Now, Cassandra, she's 6. She's eating her Happy Meal. She's in a good place right now. She's not even paying attention to what this dude's saying. She don't care. She was looking at her toy. Can't wait to get to it. I don't let her open her toy until after she's done eating. Otherwise, she won't eat. But Eleanor, she's drinking and she's checking him out. And I said, Eleanor, look at me. So she looked at me. And I said this loud enough so the kid could hear me. I said, that kid's full of shit. I said, look at him. He doesn't have a single mark on him. And he beat up 3 dudes? Yeah, fuck that. He's watched too many movies. I said, right now, he is not dating material. Don't ever date a guy like this. I said, they're full of shit, and they don't know what they want in life. Right? He's insecure of who he is, and he's trying to make this persona of something else. Now, maybe you might meet him later on in university. He could be a completely different person, because when you're 16, and then say you're 20, you're a completely different person. You really are. Right? I said, you might want to give him a chance then. Give a guy like that a chance then. But don't date guys like this now. And she smiled. She goes, okay, Daddy. She just listens. Or at least she tells me, okay, Daddy. Maybe she doesn't mean it, but she's kind enough to let me think that I made a point. Like maybe she's like, okay, Daddy, but I'm totally going to do it. I mean, I don't know. But, oh man, that's a rough podcast today. Jeez. Anyway, I was going to talk about a couple of videos I watched where people who don't know they're MMA fighters or trained in MMA and they got their ass whipped. But I think I've talked enough for today. I will address those videos next week, and I hope you tune in next week, because they are freaking hilarious. They really are. If you found this podcast entertaining, funny, informative, whatever, please, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you've been listening, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate that. I'd love to make this channel grow. You can also share it with your friends. I'd also appreciate that. The other thing I'd like to say is, if you want to be a part of Ask Shane, then go, email me at shanehalfyard@hotmail.com. Put in the subject line Ask Shane. Hit the subscribe button also if you're going to do this. And starting in February, if I read your email on this podcast, by the end of the month, I will have a drawing for a $25 gift card for Amazon, or a gift card of your choice. If Amazon is not what you want, I will get you a different gift card. So that is the contest. All you have to do, and this will be every month for as long as my podcasts are going, all you have to do is say, email me, ask Shane Halfyard at hotmail.com, subject title, Ask Shane. Or you can put in the comments down below, Ask Shane, and put the comment in and say, I've subscribed. Right? So you have to subscribe and you have to ask the question. Right? And then your name will go into a draw. Okay? So at the end of February, 1st of March will be my first draw, and I will draw a name out, and that person will get their Amazon gift card, or a gift card of their choosing if they want something else. And that is going to be a monthly contest from here on in. So, again, let's recap the rules. You have to subscribe. You have to put Ask Shane in the subject line and email me at shanehalfyard@hotmail.com, or ask the question in the comments down below and say, I've subscribed. Okay? And there you go. It's that simple. And let's make this channel grow, folks. I would love to do this. And thank you for those who've been watching or listening, to this podcast these last 3 weeks. I appreciate it. I do appreciate all the feedback I've been getting through my Facebook and my email. I do appreciate even the negative stuff. Like that guy who made that comment about me, I busted his balls the first time I commented back, but then the second time I took him very seriously. I welcome his comments. He said it in a very bright and mature way. He busted my balls a little too, but I can take it. I don't mind that. So if he wants to make any more comments, he can. Hey, if he puts "I subscribe" in the next one and he's subscribed to this channel, I'll read it out loud and put him down for an Amazon gift card. I really will, because this is the way I am. I want this to grow, and I have no problem having a back and forth with people. All right, I love it, and I would really love to be able to do this full time. So help me out. Help me do what I love doing. Anyway, until next week, take care of yourselves and each other. Now again, you get to listen to me while I try to find the microphone button. Who has the button?